of chatting about the possibility of maybe you incorporating some of your cultural, traditions, rituals with your family to possibly, make them feel a little bit more connected to you. Do you feel like that would be a possibility for you?
Yeah, I think I could do that. There's probably things that I could do with them more as like, family dinners or like going to temple or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That I could probably do to like kind of help that. I don't think there's any way that I could, still talk to them about my life, even with doing that kind of stuff. Like I don't think they'd ever be accepting of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it might strengthen our relationship maybe a little bit.
Yeah. And maybe, they can explicitly see that you're trying to, give them some of your time as well. And then you also, during school time, you get those hours like to do your own thing as well. But it, like you said, a double life, right? It's not the best, but at least, there's some balance to that. Do you think, that's something that you and them would be okay with?
I don't think they'll ever be okay with me having like that, kind of life outside. I don't know. Like maybe when they've been here for a couple of years, but it's even then, like I don't know. But I think helping that relationship might at least help a little bit. But yeah, I don't know if they'll ever be accepting really of that.
And that's really hard. It puts a lot of pressure on you as well, right? Like you said, with the living a double life, it puts a lot of pressure on you to do well in school. The reason why you're here and everything in university, and then trying to have a good relationship with your family and have everything go pretty smoothly, because it's a lot. Most people would say it's a lot better, right, when things are going smoothly with the family and with your life. So it sounds like you're going through a lot of stress, really, and it's a lot of pressure on you to uphold both ends of your life. So I'm wondering kind of like, what are some of the things that you do to make that, a little bit smoother for yourself? Like, is there anything that you're doing that makes it less stressful?
I don't know. I've just been trying to kind of like do it all, which I guess is not really like trying to keep up with my friends, but like still like hiding, you know what I mean? Like trying to do like the family stuff. But yeah, I think maybe that's not maybe why I'm like getting so tired and just like so like stressed and frustrated, you know what I mean? Like I think that maybe what like taking away from my ability to study. Yeah. Because before I just kind of had like like a couple of friends to like hang out with or whatever, and then like I could study for the rest of the time. And it was okay. Whereas now, kind of like trying to keep like up with the family and like help them with their transitioning here and stuff like that. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I just like take a step back. But this, I don't know. I feel like it's hard. So I don't know if my friends will understand. You know what I mean? Because they don't really have to do like the family stuff. Like they're just, typical 20-year-old, I guess. Yeah. So like I don't know if like I'm kind of afraid, I guess, that they won't really understand that like I have to kind of do this, and like so I don't want to like risk those friendships as well.
Yeah. So you may be feeling, there's this pressure to fit in with your family, but also possibly on the other side, maybe some pressure to fit in with your new friends and, living this Canadian university life that you were speaking about. So there might be, do you feel any pressures to kind of fit in here?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think when I moved here, it was kind of a tough transition too, because like it wasn't, like moving away from home and, like it's just like it's a totally different environment and different culture and different everything. So I think it took me a while. So when I did finally find a group of friends, like it made things a lot easier. And so like I guess I'm kind of afraid of going back to that that place where I didn't really have that support group. Like it is hard. Like I think I was aware too that like I was different. Like they all grew up here and kind of had this different idea. So I think I tried really hard to fit in, and I feel like I just kind of like figured it out, and then now there's kind of like my family's here and kind of like pulling me back to back to that.
What do you mean by pulling you back?
Well, I mean, like like I just, you know, like trying to be the, you know, like staying in on Friday night when they're all going out and stuff like that. You know, like my parents expect me to like be in there with them, be at home with them, and so you know, like if all my friends are going out, like they're kind of, you know, developing their friendships more without me and developing experiences without me, and so like I guess I kind of start feeling left out too, right?
Yeah.
So like it's kind of, if I choose my family more, then I like miss out with my friends. If I choose my friends more, then I miss out with my family. And so it's just, yeah, like, you know, trying to figure out, I guess, how to find that balance.
Yeah, and that's what I was just gonna say. It sounds like you're trying really hard to find this balance, and family and friends are both really important to you, it sounds like. So we're going to have to, you know, kind of work through some things, maybe see what we can do to make that a little bit of a smoother transition. Have you spoken at all to your family about any kind of balances that you could do with them, or how you're feeling throughout this?
I don't think they want to hear it, in all honesty. Like, I don't know. Like, that's kind of what some of our fights have been about.
Okay.
You know, of like when they first came, but like they don't really want to hear it. You know, so I just don't really feel like I can talk to them about it.
And that has to be hard too, right? You're feeling unheard.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. And how does that kind of affect your guys' relationship?
I don't know. I mean, like, I think at a certain point, like, I just kind of have to accept it. Like, I don't know that there's any way of really changing their mind about that kind of stuff. So I think, like, I feel a little bit, like, I feel angry towards them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel a little resentful.
Okay.
And I feel guilty about that too, right? Because they work really hard to like send me to this good school, and you know, like, you know, came here to be with me and all that. So, I mean, I feel guilty about being angry at them, but then at the same time, like, I come home and they're just yelling at me for like, who knows what, and then like I explode at them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really powerful words that you're using too, right? Angry, guilty. Like, obviously, this hasn't really been that easy for you, and you've been dealing with a lot. So, you know, it's something to look back on and reflect on and say, hey, like, I'm dealing with so much, and kind of see what you want to take care of, like, first, I guess. So in saying that, where do you kind of see yourself going from here?